Well, meanwhile, Hillary Clinton plans to target Trump in a speech later today. The Democrat is in Michigan, where she'll unveil details of her economic agenda. It's the same state Trump delivered his own economic plan on Monday. Clinton discussed some of her policy proposals at a rally last night.
Trickle-down economics does not help our economy grow. It does not help the vast majority of Americans, but it does really well for people already at the top. Well, we're going to turn that upside down. We're going to make the wealthy pay their fair share in taxes for a change. I am not going to raise taxes on the middle class, but with your help, we are going to raise it on the wealthy, because that's where the money is.
Nancy Cordes is in Warren, Michigan, where Clinton will give her economic speech this afternoon. Nancy, what are the key points that Clinton will be hitting on today?
Well, she's unveiled the basics of her economic plan before Anne-Marie, and so has Donald Trump. In fact, he was here in Michigan on Monday unveiling his. So today, aides tell us she's going to give kind of a compare and contrast type of speech here at this warehouse in Warren, Michigan. She's basically going to put these two plans side by side and argue that her ideas are better for working families than his. So she'll tick through some of their differences on taxes, on regulations, on the minimum wage, on how she would pay for various parts of her plan. And she'll say that not only are some of her plans more fleshed out than his, but also that they are geared towards helping the middle class, while many of his proposals would end up, by and large, helping the wealthy.
So Donald Trump's proposal was basically sort of a typical Republican plan, lower taxes and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, often people feel that that's he's a better candidate to handle the economy. And then he's been campaigning on the fact that he's a good businessman. And so for that reason, he would be better for the economy. What is Clinton doing to change that perception?
Well, according to the polls, that perception has been changing pretty dramatically over the past few weeks. We're seeing now that she's drawing even or almost even with him in a lot of polls when it comes to who people think would do a better job handling the economy. There are several possibilities for why this is happening. One is that she has basically stayed relentlessly focused on one issue and one issue alone over the past couple weeks, and that is the economy. She has been visiting small businesses in battleground states almost every day, giving speeches that focus by and large on the economy. And it does seem to be having some impact. We interviewed Chris Shays yesterday. He's a congressman from Connecticut who has recently come out in favor of Clinton. And I asked him, why he was favoring Clinton when, as you point out, Anne-Marie, Donald Trump's economic proposals are by and large what's been in the GOP platform for decades, things that Shays, one would assume, would support. And he said, yes, that's true. He agrees with a lot of the things that Trump wants to do, but he doesn't view Trump as some amazing businessman. He thinks that that some of the things that he's done have been kind of shady and have hurt people, and that he believes that Clinton, while she certainly has less business experience, may have purer motives than Donald Trump has shown to have in the past.
So speaking of Congressman Chris Shay and the other Republicans that are throwing their support behind Hillary Clinton, even those who have been critical of her in the past, as you mentioned, I'm wondering how the campaign is embracing this. And I'm also wondering, are some of these Republicans getting anything in return? Are there maybe some deals being made?
Well, that's certainly what liberals are worried about. There is a core of liberal activists in the party who worry that somehow there's some quid pro quo going on, that she's going to shift her positions to the right to appeal to more of these Republicans because she sees that she has a shot at winning more current and former GOP officials over who may have a variety of concerns about Donald Trump. The Clinton campaign insists that that's not happening, that these Republicans are getting behind Hillary Clinton, not necessarily because they believe in all of her policies, not necessarily because they love everything in her platform, but because they believe that she would be a more stable candidate. Chris Shays is an interesting case. When he was in Congress, he was somebody who routinely worked with the other side. He was viewed as sort of a power broker who liked to find a middle ground. And what he argued is is that he believes that his party has lost its way on this front, has been too reluctant to compromise. And he sees Hillary Clinton as someone who, while he's criticized her quite a bit in the past, has shown a willingness when she was in the Senate to work with the other side. And he says that's the kind of thing that the U.S. needs to do going forward if it's going to get anything accomplished.
Nancy Cordes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.